Hey. Okay, so we gotta talk about this online dating. I can't. I can't. I'm trying so hard. Like, you don't even. Okay. So, it's just funny to me. I'm like looking at my screen to think of like what to talk about because it's too much. Okay. It's like hard to take serious. I don't know. Okay, so let me backtrack about the parenting thing real quick before I get into the online dating. So I'm doing my Black Widow look right now because I'm calling this just call me Black Widow because I am not doing well with this, and I feel like I'm reeling people into a web and I'm killing them, like eating them or something. I don't know. Um. Okay, so all right, so the co-parenting part is this. So my ex or whatever, he's actually dealing with the poop fest. So the same thing that I was complaining about, that I was slightly blaming him for, he's dealing with right now with the 2 year old with the potty training, and and it's like I don't know how why I'm so like happy that he's dealing with the same thing, only because I felt like he wasn't very sympathetic when I was talking about how this was gonna, how putting her in the pull-ups was gonna hold her back, and that was confusing her and things like that. So the good thing about it is, because I took time to sort out my thoughts, sort out my emotions, don't take things personal, don't get emotional. I was able to talk to him about it as an adult, and with no feelings, in it at all, just matter of fact. And it was actually good conversation. And so we were on the same page on how we were going to move forward. And so he's been doing that. And then he's been involving me with it. And so like that, I feel like, okay, I appreciate that about him. And so it's because it feels like we're a team now. Does it feel like we're individuals raising our kids individually? You know what I mean? And I feel like, okay, so we're like a unit, even though we're not together, we're still a unit. You know what I mean? We're in this together. We're a team. So I appreciate that. I really did. And so, um, and even when like she was so sad, like he FaceTimed me, and she had an accident, and it was just, oh, so it was, I don't know, it was one of those things that I was glad that he involved me and everything. And it's very traumatizing in a sense for a kid, I guess, to go to the whole potty training thing. And so it really helps that we're on the same page. So that's different from, really, from when we were doing this the first time with the 4 year old. So I appreciate that. So that's a good thing. And so let's talk about. Okay, so I took a break from the website. Okay, um, because I just started getting like overwhelmed with the messages, and I wasn't answering them, and I was like, it's just got to be a little overwhelming. And so like, and I went back to what my friend was saying. She said, just start fishing through who you think you would like, and then who you don't think so, just don't respond. And so that makes me, feel bad, because I feel like they know that I see it, and I don't know, I feel like a jerk. And so I tried doing what she said, right? And I went through the profiles, and and some of these guys' profiles are crazy. Like, okay, so one guy had a picture where he is standing in front of this Charger. No, it was like, I feel like it was a Charger, or it was it was a really nice vehicle. All I know is I really feel like it was a Charger, and or a Challenger, one of those. And it was souped up and everything. It was really nice. But And then in the next picture, he was next to what I know is his actual car, which is like a Honda or whatever, which is fine. But I'm like, why are you standing in front of this like really nice car? Like it's yours and it's not. So that was like, that's like the kind of stuff that I'm seeing. I'm seeing like, they're doing similar things like females, but the pictures, like, you're the camera angle when you're up and you're trying to look like you're not as heavy as you probably are, and I feel bad. And then and then some of them, I swear it's like the same picture, they just got different outfits on, you know what I mean? I was like, that's the same face, like, oh my gosh, and then some others, it's just like one picture, and I'm just like, and it's a side profile, and I'm like, what are we doing with this? Like, do you not take pictures? What are we supposed to do with the side profile? You don't even see what you really look like. And then it's and then some of the people, it's like what they write in their profiles. Like I read them all. And like one guy, he's like talking about, I'm into taking care of myself and my body. I work out all the time, so I want my woman to be the same way, take care of herself. So it was like giving off that vibe, like, no big girls, basically. You know what I mean? Like don't even come talk to me. And it was like one of those things. And I didn't like that. You know what I'm saying? And it was another guy, like I read his. It had to do with, oh, I know one thing that got me. One of the things that they have you fill out is like a checklist of things, that you like to do or you don't like to do. And cooking is one of them. And so most people put, I can cook, or I don't like, I can cook, but I don't like to. I can cook, but I rather do, go out, or just stuff like that or whatever. And I put, I can cook because I don't want to starve, basically. Well, this guy, like, he put, I can't and I won't. And I was like, so what are you trying to say? Like, you want your woman to cook for you? So it's like, I don't know. Maybe I'm like maybe I'm like overthinking it and just like reading too much into these profiles and stuff. But it's just like, I don't know. Like, I'm trying to get a handle on who people are, because that's really all you have to go by until you actually make contact with someone or you communicate with them. And as a female, you can message them or not, or whatever, back if they messaged you and all that. And so I don't know, like it's crazy. And I probably am reading too much into it instead of just going with the flow. Like my cousin, she was like, Anissa, you're probably just too scared of messing up, you know what I mean? And that's kind of like where I think I am. I'm trying to like sabotage things or stop things before they even happen, because I don't want to fail again. That's, to be honest. There's this man or whatever. Now in his profile, it doesn't tell your actual age, and it doesn't put your birthday. It'll put like what your sign is, so you can kind of guess, okay, their birthday month is around this time, August, September, November. And then, and they'll put in the 30s or 40s or 50s and things like that. So, so there's this man, and it did say in his 50s, and I remember saying that I was, into older men and things like that, late 40s, early 50s. So, and he was a good looking guy. He doesn't look, he looks like he's more like his late 40s than anything. And so I was like, okay, he takes care of himself. He's 6'3", which I like tall guys. And so, and he had I like what he had to say in his profile. It looked like he really, he was divorced. He has 3 kids. And it looked like he was really just wanting to settle down, and things like that. Just seemed really sweet. So I did message him back, and he kind of messaged me. And so he was like, would you mind if I give you my number? You can call me. And so and I ended up calling him, and he's from Memphis, and he moved to Atlanta. He found some hard times and things like that. And he's kind of picking himself back up or whatever. And he got a good job now, and is just rebuilding and whatnot. So, um, here's the kicker. He's 56, and I'm like, and I'm 39, and I'm like, he's close to my parents' age. And my parents are like, they're in 66, all right? So he's 10 years younger than my parents. So he's not close to their age, but it's like, I don't know, like, I don't like age to be a big deal. I never thought somebody that age would even be interested in somebody my age. But the more I talk to him, I'm like, he's actually on my level, because it's like he's done with the games. He's very straightforward. Like, when we talked, he asked me direct questions, and I felt like I was, like, when people were doing speed dating and things like that, I felt like I was on speed dating. It was like, okay, and they were good questions, and I was like, oh wow, I just wasn't even ready for it, to be honest with you, with the questions. So I was like, and he's just like, well, you seem to be somebody that I'm really interested in, and like, I just, I need someone that's educated. He was in the military as well. His job is he works with veterans and things like that. And so, but yeah, like, I just, it's taking me off guard, and I didn't call him back for like a week. And it had nothing to do with him. He is nice. I don't think he's a bad person. I just start getting freaked out a little bit. And I hate that about myself, because if somebody I feel like starts seeming like they're really into me and stuff, I'll start looking far into the future, instead of just like, let's take it day by day. Let's just see how it goes from there. I'll start thinking like, well, this is a red flag. If he does this, then this must be this. And if he says this, this must be that. And what about this? And what about that? And I just start thinking all these crazy thoughts. And it's like, I will end a relationship before it even starts. And I hate that about myself. I just overthink it. And so my cousin was like, Anissa, like, she said, you get in a frenzy with it. And she's like, just be cool, because she was like, guys can sense that, the anxiety and things like that. She was like, just be cool. You know what I'm saying? She's like, don't commit to anything. Just be cool. She's like, just calm down. Just be cool. And I was like, she's like, just take a breath and just, and I guess, and that's like, I told her, I was like, I guess my whole thing, she's like, what are you afraid of? And I said, I'm afraid of failing again. I'm afraid of, getting into a situation with somebody, getting involved, getting familiar, getting serious, and just things falling apart. And you just get gun shy. You know what I mean? I think as just being, and I don't know if it doesn't even matter if you've been divorced, but if you've been in some failed relationship, I feel like you can get that way too. And so if somebody comes into your life and they're just like really wanting to be a good person to you and be there for you, it's like you don't even know how to handle it, especially if you haven't been in a good situation and haven't been treated well. And so yeah, like, I'm not used to it, because I'm just now getting over an eye infection. It was, y'all. It was bad. Like, I have bad allergies, and so the pollen, like, if I touch anything with pollen on it, and if I touch my eye and everything, it's how bad. Because sometimes I'll break out if I touch my face after not being able to wash my hands and having pollen or something. So it's just, my skin reacts badly to pollen, and also my eye. So it was like, it drains my nose. It was crazy. I felt terrible. And so and you couldn't even see. I had like one eye was closed. Everything was crazy. So I didn't feel like talking to anybody, to be honest with you. And so like, he was like, I was waiting for your call and everything. And I was like telling him what was going on. And he was like, well, do you need anything? I could have sent you flowers. Why didn't you tell me? I was like, wow, flowers? Like, he was like, no, I'm serious. Like, if you need something, just let me know, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, wow, you're really getting, invested. And he was like, I'm just trying to stick a fork in it. He's like, I'm really into you and this and that. And I'm like, after one conversation, like, it's crazy. So, and so, like, that's when I start feeling like that feeling of like, whoa, whoa, whoa. And it's like, it's terrible because I'm like, I want these things. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying I want to be in a relationship. I want to have somebody that's serious. And then when you get somebody and it may not be what you think it should be, then you kind of like pump the brakes, And that's what my cousin Chrissy was saying. She was like, she's like, I don't know if you just have this ideal of this perfect guy, and it's like she's like you're piecing all these guys that things you like in this one guy and things you like in this guy, and then you're wanting that to be this one person automatically. And she's like, and I don't think that's going to exist, until you really just get to know somebody and stuff. And she's like, just chill. And it might be unrealistic. Like I might be wanting the fairy tale where it's not necessarily a fairy tale. It's just like, okay, what's reality? And I'm like, what is reality for me? What does that look like? And I think I heard someone say, don't look at what the person is supposed to be like. What do you want the relationship to look like? And I thought that was really interesting. I was like, And I was like, huh. Like I was stumped because I could tell you all day what I wanted in the guy, but it's like, but what do I want the relationship to look like? I'm like, oh wow, I just wanted to be like really like peaceful, we get along and laugh. I love to laugh and be silly. I love to travel. I like to go places. They got to be good with my kids, and I don't want to introduce. And I think that's another thing too. I'm nervous about my children. Like I don't want to be in a situation where, I don't want anything bad to happen to them. And so like, it's more than just me involved now. And so that's the part that it's. That's the part that's been, I think, just holding me back from being like really open to someone. So it could be a reason why I'm just like not taking the whole online dating seriously, because it's like, I'm like, I don't know what's gonna happen, because I'm used to seeing someone and like the connection being there and stuff. And so I missed that part of being out and about. You know what I mean? Like, you make eye contact with somebody and like your eyes lock and you see them and they see you and you feel them, they feel you. And, I love that. And so I guess it's just different. For me at this point, I'm like, I don't feel that. I'm like, just by talking on the phone and things like that. And maybe if we FaceTime, I'll probably feel it more. But it's still not the same as actually being in the presence, because you can't feel their energy like you can, like, I gotta feel the vibes, but it's probably best this way for me. And, so it's crazy. It's a lot. I'm trying to stop, cat. Sorry, I have a cat that's scratching up everything. But yeah, it's gonna be interesting. I'm going to give this guy a chance. You know what I'm saying? See what he's talking about. Like, he's really respectful. He doesn't hold me on the phone long. He's just like, okay, I want to hold up your time, this, that. Then I don't know. Like, it's just, but yeah, like, he's trying to jump into this thing like really quickly. It's like, whoa, it's sweet, you know what I'm saying? So we'll see, we'll see what happens. I still have like messages to answer on this page. I feel like maybe I should like go to another site for a while to kind of get something different going on. I know like the app Bumble, I've been on it before. I was thinking about going back to that, just seeing if it's any different at this point. You know, I don't know. And so it's uh, I'm out of my comfort zone. This is really what it is. It's just like I'm feeling uncomfortable, and it's like this is like new territory for me. Dating is just new. All of it's new for me, and so I'm just learning as I go. And so hopefully it'll be okay. I got my gypsy look going. I tell your fortune. Let me read your palms. And so like the stars gotta be aligned and everything for me for all of this to work. But no, but seriously, I feel like I just gotta do stuff to get my mind off of like what's really going on in the world. And this is just like, it helps. It really does help to get my mind off of it. And so, yeah. But yeah, I will continue with it and continue updating and see if there's any changes, if there's anybody that stands out. So we'll see. And I'll let you know the differences between the age thing and like our conversations. I tell you one thing, he did say that was funny. He said he was looking for a female that wasn't gonna talk about the Atlanta housewives like all the time. And so that's a phase. I went through that phase during my 20s. Like I watched all kinds of reality TV. It was all I talked about. Poor ex-husband had to deal with that. So but yeah, so it's interesting, like you know, talking to somebody that you actually have some things in common. And so we'll see. Y'all pray for me still, just keep me on the prayer list. You can, like, on Sundays, just say a special prayer for me, please. Or whatever you pray, or some well wishes, or meditate, or whatever you can muster. Send some love and good positive vibes my way, and I would appreciate it. All right, so till next time, peace.